Welcome. It's Inside the Niger Delta, the authentic voice of Nigeria's oil-rich region. I'm your regular host, MAMODE, AKUGHA. Political and community leaders, alongside civil society organizations from the Niger Delta, are once again amplifying the call for a Nigerian constitution that grants more autonomy to regions and subnational governments, particularly in harnessing their own resources for the development of their people. This call formed a key part of discussions at the recent Constitution Review Stakeholders Town Hall engagements held by the House of Representing Constitutional Review across states in the oil-rich region. Across Bayelsa, Calabar, and Ondo, participants were unanimous in their demand for a people-centered and grassroots-driven constitution that will finally address the age-long marginalization and deprivation of the Niger Delta people whose resources continue to power the Nigerian state.
We therefore call for an upward review of the derivation formula to ensure that a greater share of the revenue generated from our land and waters is retained for local development, and a clear constitutional provision guaranteeing host communities' right to benefit meaningfully from natural resources, including mandatory remediation.
The resources that are taken away from this state and the sister states in the Niger Delta are used to feed and grow other local government areas against us in the South-South. And these are the issues that we must speak to today.
The people of Anioma qualify from all indicators to be a state. This is a group of people, they are Igbos, but they are in Niger Delta region. So the constitutional amendment cannot be correct. It cannot assuage Nigerians' agitations if there is this insistence, economic and social violation of the Anioma people.
Obolo State, when created, will be beneficial to the whole country and the South-South region. It will open up more opportunities on our waterways. They will have more senatorial districts, more resources to work with.
These are not new demands. They have long been a source of concern for the people of the Niger Delta, even before Nigeria gained independence in 1960. Nationalists like Eyo Ita from Cross River State, Harold Dapabirie from River State, Chief Anthony Enaro from Edo State, and Samuel Jeriton Marieri from Delta State were among the many voices that consistently championed the development and recognition of the region and its people in various constitutional frameworks. Despite these and even the violent agitations that followed, many in the region believe that the federal government has not demonstrated the political will needed to truly develop the area, maintaining that interventions so far fall short of expectations. Inside the Niger Delta spoke to the chairman of the Pan-Niger Delta Forum, PANDEF, Ambassador Godknows Bolade Igali, who shared his thoughts on these lingering concerns and the pathway forward for the region.
We know things have changed fundamentally from 1963, the last People's Constitution, to now. So let us see how we can marry them. And that is why many times people recommend the 2014 National Conference, which unfortunately could not be implemented because President Jonathan brought that constitution towards the tail end of his government. If it were the original constitution we had, Niger Delta would not be what it is today. So your territory, which is your ancestral land where you bury your grandparents and your religious sites, are somebody's OPL, somebody's OML. Look, for me as a person, and this is what the PANDEF position, is that let us have a Nigerian constitution, the Nigerian system. There's a Swiss system, there's a French system, there's an Israeli system, there's a German system, there's a South African model. Why can't we have a Nigerian model? Now look, truly, who are we as Nigerians? I bring up a constitution that reflects our true identity as Nigerians.
Some youth leaders across the region also shared their perspectives on how the Nigerian constitution can be reviewed to better serve the interests of the people in the Niger Delta, whose lands have been taken over by oil installations and whose environment has suffered severe pollution.
Look at the East-West Road, for example. That road has been under construction for years. That road has been a menace to the people of Niger Delta. Year in, year out, budget in, budget out, every year it's there. Hear about it.
Nigeria want to move forward. We need to, first of all, jettison the 13%. Let us put that one aside. And if at all it's going to be increased between 30 to 50%, the particular community that is producing it should enjoy it directly, should have the benefits straight.
You can find the full-length interview with Ambassador Bolade Godnozigali alongside views from the youth leaders on our YouTube channel at NDNTV Nigeria, where they spoke on a broad range of issues the ongoing constitutional review process should address, especially as it concerns the future of the Niger Delta region.
Inside the Niger Delta.
As reactions and arguments continue to trail the recent Supreme Court-ordered delineation exercise in the Warri Federal Constituency, some youths of Ishekiri extraction staged protests across several locations in the constituency to express their dissatisfaction with the outcome of the exercise. The youths who were at the Warri Port Complex in Warri, Chevron Tank Farm in Ugborodo, and Otumara Flow Station in Warri South local government area allege that the outcome as presented by the Independent Electoral Commission INEC does not represent the fact on the ground, but rather was manipulated to undermine the Ishekiris.
The outcome of the Supreme Court-ordered delineation exercise in Warri Federal Constituency, presented in April this year by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC), has remained a subject of mutual suspicion amongst the ethnic groups of Ijaw, Urhobo, and Ishekiri, who are the major dwellers in the area. Ishekiri youths last week took to the streets to again express their dissatisfaction with the entire exercise. At the premises of the Warri Port Complex in Warri, the displeased youths restated their concerns and grievances.
Why did they jettison their data and came to our communities to delineate, which we were part of, but came out with a proposal that was completely fraudulent and different from what they did on the field? So we are by this saying that we reject in totality everything that INEC has done to come back and redo what they said they think they did.
We are not only going to end in consulting, which we have done, but we are taking it further and we will confront anything that has to do with our patrimony.
INEC had earlier urged all concerned communities to submit their observations on the draft report. Assure remains committed to fairness, equity, and to the rule of law. However, an Ishekiri woman leader, Mrs. Queeneth Pesu, directly accused INEC of deliberately working against the Ishekiri people.
The INEC people, when they be Jankoliko, they be thief. When they want to take our land because of money, they not go fit take them. Our land, our land.
While this protest was ongoing in Warri Township, another group was also at Chevron Tank Farm in the riverine community of Ugborodo to register their displeasure. From there, they proceeded to Otumara Flow Station, where they alleged that the development is a coordinated attempt by some individuals to displace the Ishekiri people from what they say is their homeland.
We have seen that the committee that was headed by Professor Rhoda Gomus, who is an Ijaw woman from Bayelsa, which we protested our inclusion in this committee ab initio, but they didn't listen. And what our fears were when we protested is what we are seeing now. Because we have seen that the report that they've given has to do with a lot of boundary adjustments, which they do not have the constitutional right to do. We equally saw that they have renamed some of our community, which they do not have the right to do. It was a deliberate attempt to excommunicate us, to terminate the existence of the Ishekiri people.
They went on to threaten that if not reversed, they, the Ishekiri people, would bring operations to a halt at every oil facility located on their lands. Meanwhile, the federal government has stepped in to douse growing tension. Through the Office of the National Security Advisor, Malam Nuhu Ribadu, the government engaged representatives of all ethnic groups in the area, urging them to avoid any actions that could lead to a breakdown of law and order. The NSA appealed for calm, while the INEC and other relevant agencies looked into the concerns raised over the delineation exercise. Observers of trends who recall how similar disputes in the past triggered the violent Warri crisis, a conflict that crippled the oil-rich city and left a legacy of deep division, are also appealing to all parties to act with restraint and ensure that all grievances are addressed through appropriate legal and institutional channels to avoid a repeat of the unfortunate past and allow for a peaceful and successful delineation process.
Inside the Niger Delta.
It was celebrations galore last week in Igbide, Isoko South local government area of Delta State, as the new monarch of the kingdom was presented with a staff of office by the Delta State government. The excited people who thanked the state's deputy governor, Sir Monday Oyeme, who performed the official duty of handing over the staff of office to the Ovio of Igbide, His Royal Majesty Patrick Okpomo Agre I, said indeed a new era of unity and progress has begun in their land. Sir Oyeme charged the people to rally around their new monarch, even as the state government remains committed to attending to all their development needs.
Palpable excitement swept through Igbide Kingdom in Isoko South local government area of Delta State last week as men and women gathered to witness the presentation of staff of office to the new traditional ruler of the almost 400-year-old kingdom, His Royal Majesty Patrick Okpomo Agre I.
From today go, now they happy, we go they happy. Yeah.
Illustrious son of Igbide Kingdom, MAMODE AKUGHA, warmly welcomed dignitaries from far and wide who came to join in the celebration. He also highlighted the process that led to the emergence of the new monarch.
The ancient Igbide Kingdom, which has existed for 357 years, it operates a rotational kingship system. That is our tradition, which determines the succession to the throne. Today's event marks the climax of the selection of a monarch for the Igbide Kingdom, in accordance with the extant laws for the all-important selection. Prince Patrick Okpomo Agre I has emerged as the new king of the Igbide Kingdom, and he succeeds Edward Okubeni I as the ninth Ovio of Igbide Kingdom.
The Deputy Governor, Sir Monday Onyeme, in his address, shared in the optimism of the people for the dawn of a new era in the King, His Royal Majesty.
I am confident that your vision to restore unity and development in the Igbide Kingdom, transformative progress.
Who called on the people to extend all support to the monarch in the traditional administration of the kingdom, assured them that the state government under the leadership of Governor Sheriff Oborewori remains committed to transforming their communities and the state at large.
We will work with the relevant agencies of government to explore sustainable solutions, including palliative measures and infrastructural development to alleviate the impact of flooding and enhance the quality of life for our people-prone areas.
Sons and daughters who congratulated their monarch admonished with wisdom, justice, and a deep sense of responsibility to the people.
I wish to reiterate that as Ovio of Igbide, it behoves on you in this dispensation, bring us together in our domain for the sustenance of peace to enhance socio-economic development.
He's very enlightened, he's down to earth, he's passionate about the development of the kingdom. That is why I am happy that we have him as our Royal Majesty.
I want every other person who contested for this position, who lost out in the selection process, to come and join hands and share ideas forward.
For his part, the new monarch, His Royal Majesty Aggrey I, thanked his people for the spirit of camaraderie on display across the kingdom. He also pledged to continue strengthening the bond of unity, peace and communality across the kingdom, which he says remains critical for shared prosperity in the land.
My assurance is that this is going to bring peace. There will be no rancor again because we are all from the same father. So my task is to unite. I want to promise him that the governor and the deputy governor that they will regret the fact that they gave me this type of office to rule my kingdom, to develop my kingdom, to work with his government.
Igbide is one of the 19 kingdoms in Isoko Nation, which predominantly dominates Isoko North and South local government areas of Delta State, as well as other parts of neighboring Bayelsa State. The people are predominantly fishermen and farmers. The oil-producing Igbide Kingdom also hosts the Oroni oil field, which is part of oil mining lease OML 30. To the people, the emergence and subsequent recognition of a new monarch is not just an end to kingship ascension squabbles, but a thing of pride now, having a revered monarch who will represent the people and promote its cultural heritage within and outside the kingdom. The celebrations by both the youths, women and elderly continued round the kingdom.
Inside the night. Residents of Iba community in Emoha local government area of Rivers State have expressed their thanks to the Niger Delta Development Commission for the construction of an ultra-modern market which they say has given their community an overall facelift and is set to improve economic activities in the area. They made these comments last week to Inside the Niger Delta crew, which visited the community to inspect and assess the project.
When the Niger Delta Development Commission NDDC said it was moving from transaction to transformation, it meant facilitating the development of programs and projects that will yield visible results for the people of the oil-rich region. And true to their words, many communities have now been transformed with improved road connectivity, illuminated streets, improved infrastructure development, and several empowerment programs for its teeming young population. A beneficiary of some of these transformational projects is Iba community in Emoha local government area of Rivers State, where the NDDC constructed a market complex comprising 20 shops, 126 open shade and toilet facilities. The people of Iba community are thanking the Commission for this initiative, which they say will improve economic activities within the area.
The market looked at that before, but now everybody like it. Me, I also love it because it's more development in this our community.
This market here brings the shape of this village, and all the women in this village are very happy for it. I'm telling the NDDC, I thank them very much.
However, after the NDDC commissioned and handed over the market to leaders of the community, much to the amazement of the local traders, the market has remained under lock and key. None of the leaders in the community was willing to give an explanation on the situation when we questioned them. The market men and women, whose joy is fast turning to sorrow, called on the NDDC to intervene in the situation.
Look at where we are staying. Look at the place, very local place. Every day rain is falling, our market is damaging. Let them come and open the place for us so we can stay a better place. So we can sell our market with a good, comfortable place.
I think now we the suffer. Rain they follow us. For here we can't put umbrella with the suffer they say. They say they open the market for us. Make we enter that, they enjoy ourselves. They don't try us, they do the thing well.
While the intervention agency continues to ensure that the needed development is felt across communities, it has also insisted that leaders of communities must be fair and accountable in the distribution and stewardship of every resource within their control.
Inside the Niger Delta, AKUGHA Group, oil and gas, dredging, power and air transportation. AKUGHA Group, petroleum product sufficiency, energy sustainability and infrastructure development.
Some relief has come the way of individuals living with disabilities in Bayelsa State, courtesy of the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC. The commission recently distributed mobility aids, including wheelchairs, crutches, walking frames, and devices for the visually and hearing impaired at a sensitization ceremony held at its Bayelsa State office in Yanagua. According to the NDDC, the initiative is aimed at supporting the well-being of people living with disabilities while encouraging them to stay resilient amid the rising economic hardship.
The Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, last week extended its intervention to those living with disability in Bayelsa State with the distribution of several mobility aids, including wheelchairs, crutches, walking frames, hearing and visual aids devices. The director of the Bayelsa State Office, Engineer Godknows Alamesia, who represented the managing director, Dr. Samuel Ogboko, said the commission recognizes the challenges of the people living with disabilities and would continue to intervene to assuage their sufferings.
We just want to appreciate you people. You people are dear to us. You are not forgotten. Whatever thing you people need, please follow the right channel. Come to us. Lay your complaint. Any way we can help you people because you are part of us. So we will always assist you people. The office is always open to hear your complaint and we'll take it to the appropriate quarter.
270 persons in total benefited from the NDDC's initiative. The distribution ceremony also featured where resource officials harped on managing other people with disabilities, such as mental health issues, amongst others.
You must be able to take away these negative thoughts, all right, negative thinkings, and think positively.
Let us also look at recruiting from the NDDC end, people living with disability.
The beneficiaries were indeed full of gratitude to the NDDC for what they say was a timely intervention.
I was invited here for this program, and I'm very happy for what I saw today. They give me guide cane and a bag, and this t-shirt I'm wearing and the cap. I think I really want to commend NDDC for what they did for us.
To continue collaborating and partnership with NDDC. Thank you for your kindness, support and investment in the lives of PWD.
However, they used the opportunity to outline many other challenges that continue to make life difficult for them. Responding to the concerns of the group, the NDDC assured that its doors remain open to the people living with disabilities, and it will continue to work together with other development stakeholders and subnational government to proffer lasting solutions to the plight and troubles of people living with disabilities across the length and breadth of the Niger Delta region as part of its ongoing effort to ensure shared prosperity of its peoples.
Inside. As politics slowly heats up across Nigeria in preparation for the 2027 general elections, the People's Redemption Party, PRP, is solidifying its stance across the country with the recent inauguration of a state party secretariat in the garden city of Port Harcourt, Rivers State. The leaders of the party, while unveiling the state office last Sunday, said the party remained committed to giving Nigerians a reputable platform for political engagement and the pursuit of democracy and the entrenchment of good governance.
Men, women, youth, traditional rulers and other stakeholders of the People's Redemption Party, PRP, from across Rivers State gathered last Sunday in the capital, Port Harcourt, for the official inauguration of the party's Rumokuta. The party had operated in the state without a physical structure to coordinate its activities. Stakeholders led by the PRP chairman in the state, Honorable Nacho Dumali Kege, believe that the new office will enhance the party's capacity to implement its programs and pursue the attainment of good governance.
PRP is one political party that has shown so much integrity. They've shown consistency over the years. We are going to meet the demands of people. We are going to, carry out needs assessment. What are the people's needs? And address it. It's not infrastructure, and people are dying. As much as infrastructure is good, you also need to look at livelihood. What do you need to do that is going to become a value chain for young people to be engaged? So PRP has come to actually fill the gap.
From this very place, there will emerge governor of Rivers State, senators, assembly members, even in the forthcoming local government election, which will take place in the coming months.
Planned a lot of things for the women, especially during this upcoming local government election. We're planning to educate them and teach them the benefit of politics.
National Secretary of the party, Babatunde Ali, who represented the national chairman at the unveiling of the state office, also performed the official inauguration of the party officials in the state. He then welcomed new members who left other political parties to join the PRP in Rivers States. Babatunde Ali then reiterated the PRP's founding principles of equality, people-centered governance and accountability to the welfare and well-being of the masses.
PRP has 5 ideologies. 3 of it, people. So, Nigerians are the ones to decide in 2027 whether they prefer to continue the way it is or they want to go the way of redemption.
Inside the Niger Delta.
Well, that's the size of our package on the program for today. Please kindly note that you can now also watch our program live on our YouTube channel at NDNTV Nigeria on Mondays at 9 p.m., Tuesdays at 9:20 p.m. and Wednesdays at 9:30 p.m. Please do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDNTV Nigeria for live updates and many more stories. Inside the Niger Delta, the authentic voice of Nigeria's oil-rich region, will be back same time, same station next week. Until then, you can follow us on our social media handles showing right now on your screens. Until next week, I am MAMODE AKUGHA thanking you for staying with us. Bye for now.